I'm not a dietitian, so don't think I'm giving medical advice. This is not medical advice. So don't mark down takes. The only thing I would like to add more in is oysters and maybe a little more shellfish, right? Like oysters, clams, mussels. All that's really, really important. And so just keep testosterone high in minerals, high in potassium, high in magnesium, high in saturated animal fats. I mean, like when I get steaks, I'm getting some marbled bitches. These steaks full of fat. I eat lots of bison now. I'm trying to
a lot of people mistaken that they don't understand that eating and health mentally also plays a part what you're eating. And a lot of people don't know that and refuse to accept it.
I tell a lot of guys, you're depressed because your diet sucks, so you don't work out. Nothing else is causing your depression.
That's why.
If you had a better diet, you'd be in better places. If you worked out more, you'd be in better places with better people, and it would just solve itself. Walk barefoot, lift heavy weights, eat steak, and sun your balls. I'm talking about this in the past 10 episodes now. You know, like
you over here, Grandmaster Flex on Instagram and stuff. I was like, all right, Markel, I see you. Brown lightning.
Sun your fucking balls, man. Walk barefoot, sun your balls, drink strong coffee, drink good liquor, drink great wine. Don't fuck every single chick you see. I mean, I can go on and on and on about all the things men should do to raise their this thing called thumus, THUMOS, right? And that's that Greek ideal of just that strong, boyish, masculine energy, just that drive and that passion for everything. And men are just so devoid in that shit because they're living their life like cowards.
I don't get why men feel like they have to flex. Oh, I fucked 100 girls. I have so many homies like that. I'm just like, bro, you okay? You sure you didn't catch anything? Like, you know what I mean?
Some men have it, some men don't have it. It's a competitive thing. I have a homie like that. That's all he cared about growing up was notches on his belt, and now he has like 3 kids from 2 different women. But it's a competitive thing because I asked him once when we were growing up, because if we both like the same girl, I would just bow out. I'd be like, she ain't even worth it for us to battle over this. You know what I'm saying? But he loved that. So we would go to the club together. He was like, all right. And if like one of our homies would be like, ooh, that chick right there. He'd be like, all right, let's see the best man wins. And it was like, okay, so there's a insecurity there, but there's also a competitiveness there too. So and you never know. I mean, I'm just generalizing, but there's some men who's had a lot of issues with sex at an early age, or they just, aren't really self-confident. So that's how they get their confidence. And so they just, run through chicks. Or, some men are just having fucking fun. It's like everybody's different. Obviously, everybody's different. That's my understanding.
I don't know, that competitive thing about who can get that one chick thing. It's never been me, man. I'm just kind of like, if you want to, I'm not about to do that. If you want to, go for it.
Me either, because I mean, if you and your homie both like that chick and you get her, he still like that chick,
and he's gonna be hating on you from somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna do something with it, but you're gonna know that he still likes her. He still finds her attractive because at one point he wanted her too. And I just wouldn't like that little hiccup later on. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still your homie. You're still gonna hang out with him. And if she becomes your girl, y'all gonna be hanging out. And so it's just, it'll have some kind of weirdness to it. Never happened to me, but just thinking about it, it's just like it just doesn't feel right to me. But
I mean, and some men are just hating like that too. They'll throw that shade that you don't need, and it's just kind of like, why? Why
somebody is plotting on you?
It's a lot of women out there, man.
Your close homie is plotting on you. Just plotting to take that chick. Waiting. I've had that happen, so it's just like,
it's bullshit. It's like, come on, man. There's so many women out there. It's like, just be proud of your homie. If that's the one he wants, then like, then go get her. Shit. Like
that pride.
To me, it's like that. It's that 50%. Like if we both see a girl, right, and he's like, man, I think this chick, like, I like this girl, man. I'm really gonna talk to this girl, but I'm like, she just cute, and I would hit. I'm gonna let my homie go for that. Because something beautiful might come out of that shit. I'm not gonna fuck his shit up by just trying to boost my own ego by seeing who can get the best game and shit. That's bullshit, man. You can do that shit for yourself. You can, if you want to see if you got really good game, then like go the three best places to go to meet women right now is Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and the mall.
You heard that? Let's make sure people can hear what he just said for all the men out there trying to find ways to find women. Those was the 3 places.
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and the mall.
The 3 places.
They are
In the
more
produce section. Don't be all up in that microwave meal section. Be in the produce section.
Nah.
Because if you're in the microwave meal section,
they will judge you
cook.
off of what's in your cart. They will judge you off what's in your cart. They will.
Yeah.
If you got some marshmallows and all that kind of candy type shit, and
You got 6 cases of Modelo.
yeah.
Whew. Ooh, that hit home. That hit home, man.
In there and shit.
What's up, Cams? Yo.
Yeah.
What's up? Be like dating your 30s. Be
All
like
right,
y'all.
so we on the posty episode.
We on the posty, y'all. I'll let y'all, we on live, just so y'all know. Y'all didn't know, I'm sure. Red Pill just found out. What's up? Posty. Yeah, we're talking about dating your 30s. Be like. That's literally the title. Dating your 30s. Be like. ... Right. We had an episode. This is our post episode. So, someone already asked a question. I want your jacket. Thank you. Wu-Tang? Yeah, Wu-Tang.
That ain't no jacket.
It's a sweater. Sweater. So yeah. What is the most same shit? She said same shit. What is a popular dinner date meal would be? Someone asked a question. So we had Polly ask a question. What's a popular dinner?
Bacon, asparagus, and potatoes.
He's talking about the healthy meal. Steakhouse.
If you're a man and you can't make those 3 things, you need to reevaluate. If you're a man, I'm staring out. If you are a man, I'm calling you out. If you can't make a good steak, I don't give a fuck how you make it. It can be grilled, cast iron, oven, stainless steel pan. You can make that shit with fucking laser vision. I don't give a fuck. If you are a man, you can't make a good steak, reevaluate right now. If you're a man and you're a vegan, I'm not talking to you.
What?
You got your own issues to work out. And if you're a man, you can't make a good steak. If you can't make a good steak,
say it again.
In the back crying right
if
now
you're
in
a
the
man
backyard
and you
crying in
can't
his
cook
garden.
simple asparagus, now vegans, I'm talking to you too. If you can't make simple asparagus, reevaluate. If you can't make a nice white mashed potato or a sweet mashed potato, reevaluate. Those are 3 staples, man. If you can make those things good enough and not hard, anyone's gonna come over and she's gonna think you're fucking Gordon Ramsay. Those things are hard to fuck up.
He said Gordon Ramsay.
That's
Cam said, I'm coming over. He gonna cook for me. Broccoli, steak, and
over?
shrimp. Cams. Shout out to Cams.
Oh,
yeah? You got that?
We gonna have steak, seared scallops. I'm gonna make you some chickpea pasta.
I got a question. What's your guys' go-to meal if you have someone over?
Mine is smothered chicken, smothered pasta over chicken with string beans and broccoli. And
Come through, Cams.
Marco,
Yeah,
how
I'm
about you?
probably gonna make garlic pasta, seared scallops, and steak.
She said, tell him to shut up.
Who?
Cams. I actually met Cams. She's a really cool person, but she's from Hawaii. So she said, I'm trying to lose weight over here. She said, shut up. Stop talking.
We eating. But I will tell you right now, I eat weird shit. Like the food that I make is like very specific to my diet. So I don't consider myself like a flavor chef. I'm like a nutrition chef. So we gonna have this meal. It's gonna have 80 grams of protein. It's gonna have 30 grams of carbs. It's gonna have tons and tons of animal fats. Like we're gonna eat like really, really wholesome, nutrients dense foods. It's gonna taste good, but like if you look for that guy who's like that Chef Poppy, that's not me. Keep it real. I know all the best spots though, so we're never gonna be out of date ideas. But I'm not a Mr. Home Chef. I cook what I need.
That's me. I know how. I've been knowing how to cook since I was 12. So
we do got a problem. For us people who like to eat, man, we got a problem.
I've been taught by grandmothers and aunties and shit. So I got a list of recipes that I would love to.
Man, I'm coming to you for the
There,
recipes. Shit.
So, I mean, it's fun once you know what you're doing and shit. Once you know how you're doing, it's pretty fun. Like just like any other type thing. But yeah.
Damn, we talking about
I've
food.
known through experience, women love pasta.
Who's talking over there? Oh man. So she know Cams. I know you just see my face. I'm talking to people on Zoom right now. You can't see their face because it's weird. You can't see them. Sorry. But we talking about food shit. No, that's not my brother. Well, they're like my brothers, right? Yeah.
Wait, what?
Y'all like my brothers. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Even you, Donish.
You're a different brown, but you still brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little lighter skin, but you
Hey,
know,
we all come from Africa. We all come from Africa.
you're a little lighter.
It's okay. I got the better beard than all y'all.
Oh, whoa. Speaking of which, what's up, Dial Tone? Yo, speaking of which, we gotta have a beard auction. We gotta have the beard auction, y'all. Someone said beard auction. Okay, we gotta find out who's rocking the best beard for Wednesday, for Bearded Wednesdays. Someone mentioned that. Polygirl mentioned that. Who's gonna have the best beard? All right. I gotta take a screenshot because it's hard for people on POF to see, but people who are on the live streams.
Y'all know Danish is gonna win. There's no point. Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you guys are on here,
I haven't even been growing mine for that long. I already buzzed it down and shit. Like
I got a beard trim. Now mine's shorter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
mine
saying?
isn't even out there yet.
I'll try to take a
Like 6
screenshot
months or something like that.
and send it to y'all. But I'm on. If you guys are on other social media platforms on POF, I'm on Twitch and I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook, so you can see their faces on here. It's just I'm doing it on here, like. You know what I mean? You can follow it on there.
Well, screenshot it. Give us we'll all do a pose and you can screenshot it.
Actually, no, I could screenshot it on here, can't I?
Don't
I got
do that.
technology.
All our followers.
Yeah, we got. I got technology. Let me see if I can go on here. Hold on, Cam. I got y'all. I'll take a picture. Oh shit. Oh shit. You guys gotta look at the picture. You guys gotta look.
I don't even know where you're pointing it at.
I'm pointing at the screen. And none of y'all looking. Shit. Y'all too far away.
Dante, this ain't helping us. We don't know where to look, man.
Just look at look forward. Okay?
Tell me you need to go on YouTube. Tell me you need to follow you on Instagram. Why are they not following you on all social media?
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, that's true.
This is
Markel coming through.
Yeah, come on now.
Markel coming through.
Come on, man.
Don't be lazy.
You can't see. They can't see that well. You can't.
Yeah, you got all that shit on the phone.
Wait, Dante, you never answered the question. What's your go-to meal when you cook for somebody?
Oh, me cooking for somebody? No, I'm just kidding. We talking about that? No, I'm just kidding. Tilt my phone? Okay, let me tilt my phone. Hold on. My go-to? I like them tacos, man. Boy. Tacos. There you go.
Oh shit.
Tacos.
I can't see your screen.
They
that was for us, man.
Fried chicken, tacos. You know what I'm saying? Anything with meat, okay? I don't care what anybody says. Anything with any kind of meat substance.
You gotta have meat.
That's why I showed up with tacos, Cam. This is exactly why. I showed up with. So funny story, man. Cam's she came out here to visit from Hawaii a couple weeks ago, and we've been chatting up on here and every now and then. And she's like, I failed because I was supposed to meet up with her and a couple other people that came through. And I was supposed to show up with tacos the first go around, right? I was like, oh, yeah, Dante's bringing tacos. We gonna churn up. I didn't show up. I felt obsessed. And they're like, man, dude, we are excited for tacos. And then it was gonna get tacos at 4 a.m. in Oakland. She's like, I don't know my way around here. I'm from Hawaii. So one of the dudes from the Bay was showing her around and shit. So I showed up next time. I was like, nah, I'm showing up correct. Tacos. So I came through with tacos. It was I came with 15 tacos. We was like, let's go. And it was I turned up, man. That was the latest I stayed up was 6 a.m., bro. We turned up with some tacos. Tacos can make or break anything now. Just so y'all know. All right, that's a power of tacos.
Alpha, do you ever remember Dante bringing us tacos?
Oh, I was just thinking the same thing.
I was it's real convenient. It's real convenient.
Oh,
no tacos, no t-shirts.
You remember him kicking with us till 6 a.m.?
Yeah, what kind of brothers don't bring t-shirts and tacos?
Oh shit! All right, well, here's a goal, y'all.
You're my brothers. Yeah, y'all my brothers. Apparently not.
I guess you gotta have a vagina. You gotta have a vagina to get those tacos.
It's all right, Dante. I ain't met you yet, so I can't hold it against you.
Dante's for the streets.
Listen, man. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. There was one woman there, one guy.
That cat.
Not a good look.
Stay after that 6 o'clock.
All right. So the postie was about what
Food?
do want.
What?
Oh, what do women want?
What do
Yeah,
men
yeah.
want? What do men want?
What do men want?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What do men
What do
want?
you want? What do you want from a woman? What do you want her to do? What do you want her to look like? Who do you want her to be? What do you want?
Honestly, for me, so how you guys had mentioned in the live episode that when you're in your 30s, you know, looks is a little bit more important. I have kind of come to the understanding that, you know, looks fade away eventually, and you don't want just somebody who has only looks and not like the best personality, because that's the thing you're going to be stuck with for, you know. And I don't mean stuck with like in a negative way. That's the person you're marrying. It's going to be a partner. So me personally, I prefer someone that is, I would be okay with like having someone, a companion that understands, emotionally compatible, and just able to handle the good and bad. And I mean, that's easier said than done. You know, it takes work, but I'm me personally, I'm kind of in that stage of what I'm looking for now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They said show him his beard. Who's talking? They said,
Wait, what?
They only see my face on here, so I took up all the glory. I know I told him a picture.
Damn, you hiding my pretty face, Dante? That's messed up. No, I'm kidding.
Let me see if I can get it on here. I mean, I don't know. How do I get your guys' face
put it
on?
on there.
What did they want to put on there, Cam? Huh? What if you don't want to put his picture up there? What if he's?
I want to audition myself.
Yeah, huh? What if you don't want to?
That's funny.
Back up,
Nah, man.
man.
Being serious though, that's a hard question, man. But it's a really good question because, like, what do you? Because, like, if you think about it, man, if you're in a constant movement of growth, right? So you're constantly going to change. Every time you read something new, every time you have a different experience, if you have that mindset to where you adapt to it and you learn from your experience. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I've fucked up and repeatedly done the wrong thing a couple of times in relationships before and forgot to learn from them. We're all there. We've all been there. But like the big things and when you reach a arc in intelligence and awareness, things kind of change, because I can remember girls that I dated 2 years ago that I would never even, and there's nothing, we didn't break up bad or anything like that. It's just I wouldn't even go for those girls just off of their personality and what they're trying to go for now. But so like, but in a general, I would say in a general, I want a woman who cares about herself first, because that's very important.
Right.
And that means because she cares about her health, she cares about her mind, she cares about everything, because she's not selfish, she's not self-centered, but everything starts with her, because that's how I am. And then I want her to be ambitious. I want her to be goal-driven.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be respectful to herself, to her peers, to other people, kind-hearted, and supportive. I think those basic things right there, with a pretty good personality, with always room for growth and improvement. And I think one of the biggest things is kind of a Hail Mary is if she has accountability. So that's a really big one.
Why is that a Hail Mary? That's like my first thing I look for.
I got a question.
Well, that's because it's hard to find. It's hard to find for a girl to be fully accountability. That's why I said it's a Hail Mary. Like I would have wanted that shit for the first one too, man. Don't get me wrong. Like that would be like, man, if she's, that'd be the shit. But that's hard to find. That shit's hard.
Well, I mean, like in my perspective and what I've seen, we all want someone that will put themselves first, but this is just my opinion. It's a natural nurturing thing that comes on when you're with someone and that putting yourself first kind of gets on pause?
Well, so Krishnamurti, Jay Krishnamurti, he's already passed away, right? And I read 2 of his books, and he described it as love is never wanting anything in return, ever.
Mm.
And so when you have that kind of mindset and everything starts from you, everything, because if you love yourself, then you understand what that feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it's given wrongly, right? So if you both never expect anything from each other, no obligations, you just love each other that much, and you have this trust and this respect, and the sky's the limit, man. It's just but people are selfish nowadays. People, they want more, and it's a difficult time.
But can something ever be that perfect? Because like you said, people are selfish nowadays.
I wouldn't even call it perfect. I think it would be like a intertwining compatibility. Like you would constantly be growing off of each other and learning off each other's mistakes and continuously growing up. I think the power of that, the actual link of that is having trust in each other, knowing that each other will bounce off of whatever's happened. You know what I'm saying? And
I respect
and
it.
If you guys are actually loyal and nobody's like fucking around or anything, then any mistake or anything, he loses his job, or who knows, she has like a mental thing going on and she has an episode or something, to have that trust in each other, to know that like I'm there for you when you fall and I'll be able to pick you up, and then we'll grow from that experience to know whenever it happens again, we know exactly what to do. A lot of people don't do that anymore. They want that other person to do it for them. There's no back and forth and intertwining with each other and growing. I mean, that's the goal to me, is to actually continue to grow, because you don't stop growing. I don't care if you're 60, 70 years old. You're still living, so you can still learn, unless you have Alzheimer's and stuff like that's happening to you. But if you're still a functioning person, if you can't walk and shit, and you can still learn new shit, you can still read, you can still watch nature show, whatever. But I think the goal is to become the best you can with each other, just like you would on your own, and you could do it if you want to sacrifice half your time, half your riches or whatever. But I don't think anything can be perfect, man. But if you both have that same mindset, then it'll be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean,
I think one of the things too that impedes people from having what you just described is like so much distraction.
Yeah.
I think when you spend adequate amount of time with yourself and you spend adequate enough time with someone else undistracted, it's easier to have that. It's easier to make that happen,
So very
true. But yeah, and then I think people too understand, like, I think what's causing also the disintegration of that aspect is like people don't like thinking about duty in relationships. I wish Kim was here, because Kim is like the only girl I've met recently who like really backs this up. You have a duty to your partner. When you are dating someone and you decide to take them seriously, and they decide to take you seriously, and that becomes conspicuously known, from that point on, you have a duty to that person, a duty of integrity, a duty of openness, and a duty of service, right? And I feel like a lot of people, and I always say this too, and I'm not ripping on women, but
you always rip on women. I'm playing. You're not like Kevin Samuels ripping, so you're good.
Right. They want the lifestyle without providing the lifestyle. Straight up. They want the lifestyle without providing the lifestyle. You want me to take you on vacations. You want me to be on speed dial, available when you have every like little beck and call. You want to have my credit card number, expiration date, and security code. But God forbid the business that I run that provides you that lifestyle fails, and I need you to hold me down while I figure something out.
You don't say that anymore?
What is it they say?
Again, I'm 24, so I'm not expecting anyone my age to give that to me, right? What I'm looking for in girls my own age are completely different. right? I am looking for the potential to be this thing later. I'm not gonna say that I'm ahead of other people, but there are definitely things in my life that have happened, and I definitely think a lot differently than other men my age, right? I'm hungrier than a lot of men that I know. I work a lot harder than a lot of men that I know. I am just going for it more, and I have less inhibitions about being monomaniacal about what I want.
I agree with you, though. My experience too, it's been a lot more give than take.
Right. And I'm a very giving person. In fact, my love language is gifts, believe it or not. Like my number one love language is giving and receiving gifts. Like the way I best way love to receive love is gifts. I don't know why. That's just the way that I am. I'm not super material, but that's just it. And so it's like for me, I'm always having to like pull myself back and be like, okay, it's only been like 2 days. You don't need to go buy her something or buy her something sweet or go do this little thing. It's like do something small, right? Mm-hmm. It's a big deal, you know. I think as men, it's one. And this is a call to men. If you really like, great women are out there. Let's not kid ourselves. There are really good, down ass, loyal ass women out there. But if you're not willing to take your role seriously, if you're sitting here thinking I can just fuck all these women, those women, and no expectations, no intentions, we just go for the experience, that is where relationships devolve. That is where things disintegrate. Like I think Alpha Monk was saying earlier about how he dates without intentions and he kind of just sees how things go. I can't fucking get with that. Mm-hmm. There is a time and place to have that mentality. That mentality does not fit my lifestyle and does not fit what I believe in morally. I do everything with intention. Or I do everything with a vague idea of what I want the end result to be, at minimum. Right? So, oh my God, what are you looking for? I know for sure I want to bang. I know for sure I want to see you for at least the next year. So I'm going to say right now, I'm looking for something that can be committed later. I'm looking to get to know somebody who's committed later. Or I go on a date and I'm like, I'm trying to take you home tonight and forget you exist, right? It's like, well, you know what? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. It's different, but I don't ever go into something without the intention or without knowing what I want. And the reason this whole like intentionlessness started was because people forgot about preferred indifference, right? Mm-hmm. They started adopting intentionlessness because they got tired of being disappointed. They got tired of being let down. Being disappointed and being let down is a part of life. Better yet, you should have a preferred indifference. Nobody wants to die on a drowning ship. Nobody wants to be ghosted. Nobody wants to have a relationship just sour out of nowhere. You have an intention, but when the outcome, you're independent of the outcome, right? It's one of those like run your own race. I'm going to treat you like I want to date you seriously, and I'm just going to hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right? I'm not going to overextend myself financially. I'm not going to make promises that I know that I can't keep at this moment, but I'm still going to act like I want you seriously. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out.
All right. Can I interject right there? That what you just explained is what I meant. That's the whole experience I said, go for the experience, not the outcome. Now, what I meant by that is being in that moment, being in that relationship, not worrying or stressing yourself. Will we make it to the end? Will we get married? Don't worry about that. Worry or be in the experience.
But you didn't mention having a preferred outcome.
You don't have to have a preferred outcome.
Still having a preferred outcome.
You let that come naturally. You don't have to have it's fine. It's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. Because that's how you live your life. You like to have things set up for, and that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that to me, it's better for me to experience the relationship. And if it organically, naturally goes to marriage, then that's great for me. If it doesn't, that's great for me as well. It's called the middle path. It's just not really worrying about the outcome. You're only concerned about the moment at hand because you can only experience the moment at hand. Too much stress thinking about the future, and there's too much stress thinking about the past. But you're not living in either one. You're living right now. And in science, psychologists have seen that. It's just too much stress. When you get married, and I've been married, so much more stress starts to come out. So much more. When I asked her to marry me, that next day, it was compounded by more stress. So it's like, I thought about it the whole time, and it's like I should have just been experiencing being with her and not worried about that. Like, I'm not saying not to plan either. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
It's just to
So don't forget
experience.
you are
And
talking
again,
to
I'm
the
not saying
planner
you're
here.
wrong. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. It's just your point of view. I just wanted to clarify. That's all.
Mark, what you were saying earlier, I kind of agree with it because there's definitely a sense that one thing that kind of annoys me is when it's said that, oh, I'm just waiting for the right person to treat right. It's just like, so you just want to have a bad attitude with everyone else and give that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird. What did they say? They want a traditional man without being traditional themselves.
They want the lifestyle without being the lifestyle.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
And it's like you look at these Instagram baddies have your head all gassed up, and now you want this guy's got to take it to Anguilla twice every single summer, and it's like, okay, but he's making like $60,000 a year. He can't do that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But it's whatever. But then he wants to do anal one time.
So we got a couple comments. She said,
So
we got comments in here. Nowadays, you have to read the fine print before dating. Live now, no one wants to get hurt, but life is a journey where there is obstacles and challenges.
Life's a contact sport.
It is a contact sport. Is that a song? I think that's a song. Is that a song or something? I mean, I need somebody like Jamie. I need a fact check guy. I need somebody, a fact check girl, a fact check guy. Like how Joe Rogan goes, hey Jamie, can you pull that up real quick? Like I want someone to like, yeah man, I got you. Like, you know what I mean? I need someone like, because we need to have something to hold our facts. Because we just talking stuff. But if we had someone like a Jamie check,
you need a techie.
Yeah, you need someone.
All that shit. All you gotta do.
I was gonna say, if anybody is interested in some intern work over the summer,
I can give you free T-shirts and tacos.
I give you some tacos.
Free T-shirts. I
give you some tacos. A T-shirt. You may get the T-shirt. We'll see. It depends on. It depends on the. It depends on the research development team that I'm working on, man. We still trying to make sure we get those shit. Oh man, them shirts. Hey, if you get a T-shirt, man, you made it. Shout out to Mrs. Ordinary. She's the only one that got a T-shirt, man.
How she got a T-shirt and I don't have a T-shirt?
I mean,
I was just about to say that.
There was money. There was a money exchange. Like it gives me more motivation. You know what I'm saying? So
told you.
Yeah, we got money. Call me, bro.
Yeah, I say if someone Venmos,
Is that what it is?
If someone Venmos me some money, it gives me more. I gotta make it happen. I can't feel like I ripped them off. Like fuck. Like
I said I will not be on another episode until I get my T-shirt.
Oh shit! Damn.
I will not show up as the Red Pill until I get another T-shirt.
Oh shit! All right.
And also, you should send him and me a backdrop too.
A backdrop?
Backdrop and a T-shirt.
Damn. Okay. All right. So no one will say nothing about our backgrounds. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that, man. We gotta. That's a lot of money. A backdrop's expensive, but I'll work on it.
We could all get green screens for our rooms. And stuff.
Yeah. Like this. Yo, this is the way to go, man. Y'all lucky to see this other half.
In the background. Have something going on.
You got like Star Wars behind you and shit.
I probably will, yeah. And it's like, oh shit, gotta watch out.
What was that?
Hey, no lie.
I gotta get out.
No lie, when Markel mentioned New Rebellion, my head went straight to Star Wars. I didn't care about nothing else. I was like, oh my god, is he talking about Star Wars right now?
I'm so serious. Like, can we talk about that for a second? Can we just talk about that as men? The New Rebellion is being traditional. The New Rebellion is just completely just throwing to the fucking wayside all this super, I can't even explain it, like just convoluted bullshit about dating and gender dynamics and all this stuff. It's like, no. And this might even give some credence to what Alpha Monk was saying. If you put your energy into being the best possible man you can be, you find proper models of men who are daring, men who are courageous, men who are hardworking, and men who are virtuous. You find proper models in your own respective culture. You find the proper mythology to model your life afterwards, because there is a cycle to everything. Mythology only ever existed to explain the unknown and to explain the cycles of life. Before we had modern day psychology, we had fucking fireside bedtime stories. Right? there is like so much genius nuggets in myth if you just learn how to break that down. Right? A great one is there's a book called Iron John. Every man should read it. And it breaks down the cycle of being a man. It breaks down from breaking away from your parents, going for your first like endeavorous adventure, whatever, failing, ending up in the dark place, getting out of the dark place, meeting the wild woman, and all this stuff. Like it explains like this cyclically how men live, and you repeat that cycle multiple times in your life. Breaking away from the safe place, trying something new, ending up in the dark place, meeting different characters along the way, and starting over. It happens all the time. And it's kind of like the new rebellion is understanding that life has this really deep traditional and spiritual aspects to it, right? And there's so much relevance in ritual. There's so much relevance in rite of passage. Women, for the most part, are so lucky and blessed that their rite of passage are all physical marks of their lives. Having your first period, getting married, losing your virginity, and having a child are the main hallmarks of different stages of women's lives, right? But as men, it was like picking up your father's trade, going to war, then you get married. If you come from certain religious cultures, your late preteens, you got circumcised. Like there's so much more that happened than is based off society. Now men are growing up and we're taught to not be men, and we're so confused. Most of my guy friends are so confused. They don't know who to listen to. They don't know who to follow. But back then it was like, oh, well, you look at the myth of Hercules. There you go. Or, oh, you go look at the myth of Horus and Osiris and Set. There you go. You're done. Oh, this was the pattern of the Nile and how the Nile was created and why it is the way it is. But in reality, that was just like an analogy for life. It's like, you follow that, you're good to go, right? Or you follow the Bible, you follow the Quran or the Torah. But now, as men, we have nothing. But returning to that, returning to tradition, returning to rituals, whatever you want it to be, spirituality, paganism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, right? Hinduism, all of that. Returning to that traditionalness, returning to those really strong black and white ideals of what a virtuous man is. That's the future.
Okay.
You know, and the problem with that tradition thing that was lost is so many people try to keep an open mind about so many different things that I think they lose sight of who they are as a person too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I know we're supposed to end this at like 20 minutes or so, man, but I guess I've been good on the time. See? I'm not sure if you guys want to keep going. I'm down, but it's up to y'all.
I'll let you guys decide. I'm pretty much said all I had to
Anybody
say.
got any more questions or anything? Yeah.
So if anybody has any more questions, let us know. But let me know who won the beard contest because we need to know by the end of this week who beat out the beard. I show everyone the picture of you guys, your good little profile pictures. So I went in there and just showed them. They could be the judge. All right, you guys figure out who got the best beard. I'm gonna go in there and make a picture about it. That's kind of interesting. Beard game, you know. I feel a little targeted, you know. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. It's been a pleasure. Loving working with you guys. Love doing this podcast with you guys. Love seeing everyone showing love, especially in the Twitch and everything like that. So it's a pleasure, man. I enjoy doing this every Wednesday. So, you know.
Likewise, man. I love the energy.
Have you ever read The Alchemist?
Huh?
By Paulo Coelho?
Oh, he won.
The Alchemist.
I mean,
that's a good book too. It's about journey, a boy's journey into manhood and how destiny kind of goes off of how you set your mindset and stuff like that. It's a pretty damn good book.
Is it audio book?
And I've always heard it's audio book too.
Okay, all right.
Always heard
read it,
it's really good.
Read.
To iron sharpen iron, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's really good for men to come together and like throw ideas out there and disagree sometimes or chitter chat back and forth. It's really good for men. It's not, a lot of men don't have that these days, especially with real men. Like Markel was saying, it's just like it's so much guys out there right now that are feminine and they just lost all chances of being masculine and now they're seeing masculine as an attack or on women, and they're seeing masculine as toxic and Like all my youth growing up, I've never ever heard anybody ever say masculinity was toxic. You know what I'm saying? It was so strange.
You know what happens? I remember like, and I'm a bit younger than you guys, but I just remember growing up and like, I would hear like older men to other older men, or older men to other older men. I always hear this: be a real man, be a real man, be a real man. And now it's like, oh my, tell somebody to be a man. Like the shitstorm that comes to you. Why are you shaming him? Why are you? Yeah. It's like because the whole idea of being a man is being a man. Being masculine is not a passive. It's not a passive endeavor. Being a real, true man of the earth is not a passive endeavor. It's a lot of hard work. It is physical labor. And if you're someone who works a blue-collar job, then that physicality is you lifting weights and you fighting in a combat sport. Or it's you having like
gun shooting,
woodworking.
There's
gun shooting, shooting guns.
Well, there's so many.
Right? Like it is a physical aspect. There's a physicality to it. Right? You cannot live this passive, lay-by life thinking that as long as I have this superior ideology about things, then I'm going to be fine. It's like, no, you have to put the grit in. You need to sweat. You need to hurt. There should be a soreness associated with the growth, a physical soreness associated with your personal growth.
I feel like there's also a lot of negativity that goes towards being masculine now that I think wasn't before, like, such as like, expressing yourself, saying what's on your mind, being vulnerable, all this stuff. And it's said to be manly, but I think to a certain extent, like if you talk with your homies versus your partner, it's a kind of like, you come off not masculine.
And there's a difference between being vulnerable in a moment versus being weak as a person.
Yeah,
big difference. That constantly wearing your deepest insecurities on your sleeve, it just opens you up to attack, and it doesn't build up any type of resilience towards any type of outward, affront. But being vulnerable in a specific moment, let's say you're somebody. Here's a great example. And I feel like no one's gonna hear this, but let's say you're a man who endured sexual trauma as a child, right? Let's say you're a man who was sexually abused as a child. And you developed for the most part fine, and you have a decent relationship with women, but you're at a point in your life now where physical intimacy at times can be difficult during incredible stressful periods of time because it's triggering, or certain sexual acts are triggering, right? That would be a moment where after you've had a committed partner and you could tell, it's about that time, you would open up and be vulnerable and say, hey, this thing happened to me. And maybe it's one of those where like, you don't like being little spoon for that reason, right? Or you don't like a certain position or a certain feeling or certain phrases for that reason. That is the time to be vulnerable and tell your woman, hey, I don't like this thing, or I can't do this thing, or this is a trauma associated with this feeling. Not every single every other day you're having a bad day and now your partner has to carry the emotional weight for both of you. There's a difference between being vulnerable, and that's what women are really asking for, is that deep traumatic thing that's making it harder for her to deal with you. Be open about that. But don't come to her every single day, you stubbed your toe, you got a flat tire, or you lost a client account.
I mean, even with that, there's still a fear of rejection.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's always going to be fear of rejection.
Yeah. I mean, 70% of divorces are initiated by women.
Yeah.
That fear of rejection is always going to be there.
All right. That's crazy.
I mean, shit. Opening up about my health problems was rejection right there. So it's definitely one of those double-edged swords.
Mm-hmm. Which might mean, I would say, is you might have to learn to vet a little bit harder, right? Like before you decide to tell them it. And this again gives a bit more credence to what Alpha Mocha was saying, was like, just wait. My whole thing is just wait before you tell her that. I think as men, we're so used to not being appreciated. We're so used to not being complimented and being valued and being, the only person who's ever really loved us unconditionally is our moms. Everyone else is going to love us based on performance. The only person who ever loved us unconditionally was our mothers, if we're lucky. Right? And so you get a woman who the first 2 or 3 dates, she's just super open, love bombing you, sending you messages and stuff. But there is no rush to spill your emotional viscera to her.
Yeah.
Right? She, as a woman, is working to get that out of you. She is working to get that openness out of you. She's working to get to know you. Women genuinely do want to get to know you. They do. She's working to get that. Allow her to put the time in. I always say this to my guy friend. The only way you can ever tell if someone's serious about you, are they still there tomorrow?
Yeah,
Are
it's
they
true.
putting the time in?
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing. She can fuck you on the first date and ghost you after the third.
I will add on to that. Women
Putting the
do.
time in.
They will stick around if they invest a lot of time and emotions into you.
Yeah.
So you do want to have layer after layer after layer. You know, just like if you can visualize it, just have one of those old style rings with a whole bunch of keys. And every time you get more and more trust and respect from her, you can give her a key to something that is deep in you. But the thing that you are most afraid of them running away from, that should be the last fucking key she can open. Because she doesn't deserve that until she can make it all that way. You don't want to tell them until you know that she can back that up and be like, okay, baby, I'm still here for you, no matter what. If you know for a fact that she can do that, then you can tell her that. But if you don't know 80% of that, if you're still like, well, she might, because you can pick up on that just off of other things, then she doesn't need to know that shit. She just doesn't. It's not.
And I'm not saying don't tell her things, right? A lot of women are going to hear this eventually and be like, "Oh, well, this is a problem. Men aren't opening up, or men aren't. We're not being vulnerable." And it's like, we can be vulnerable, but
deserve it. Good, my bad.
Right? We don't have to be emotionally just spilling our guts out all the time, right?
Yeah.
It will come out in time, and if you want it all now, then you're just addicted to that dopamine hit of man opening up to you. You don't really like me. You're just addicted to dating. You're addicted to the learning process. And as soon as you get to know me well enough, you're going to jump ship to the next person to get to know them, right?
Yeah, that's true. So we had a couple comments and he had a question too. Dating in my 30s is a bit modern experiences where we are to be evaluating ourselves and others and what we really want. And then she said speeding dating versus blind date.
Say that one more time.
So she said, dating in my 30s is a bit of a modern experience where we are to be evaluating ourselves and what we really want.
Okay.
Comment. Just adding on to the comment. It wasn't like
right.
yeah. Y'all ready to pounce on somebody. No, it was just someone commented, just adding on to it. Yeah, and then she asked a question about speed dating versus blind date. I guess we can answer.
I can't do no blind date.
I've been on one blind date. Honestly, blind dating is super fun.
Is it?
Do it. Why not? Do it.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I can't back down now. So it is all experience. So it will be kind of fun.
Do it.
Sure, I might do an episode about.
Speed dating is cool, but speed dating to me is kind of like online dating. Just go out there, you rack up your options, pick your best 4 or 5, and see what happens.
It's all speed,
right?
I mean, it goes back to fast pace. You really want a fast pace or you want a slow pace. So
easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
That is, and I'm saying that for anecdotal experience, my entire dating experience. So I remember my ex-girlfriend, right? My ex-girlfriend. I broke like 3 or 4 of my rules, right? I have my little Markel's. Yeah, I have a red pill dating rule book in my mind, right? Downloaded in my brain. And I broke like 3 or 4 of them because I liked her that much. And she was giving me all the signs that it was worth it. It still made me hold up. I didn't have sex before the 3rd date, which is one of my big key indicators of interest, right? Women know in the first 10 minutes if they want to sleep with you or not. Actually, they know in the first 10 seconds if they want to. They'll know in the first 10 minutes if they're going to. Right? I have a 3-date thing. If she doesn't sleep with you by the 3rd date, there's a good chance she's just not as sexually excited about you as you think she is. She's just not. Otherwise, she would have done it already, right? Most modern women, and I'm speaking from growing up the Valley, the West Coast, California, people, things are more liberal, right? She was late to multiple dates, and eventually I called her on it, and she started to get better. There's some other things, little small things in there. She kind of had this thing going on, that thing going on, but it was I looked past all of that because she was showing me really serious indicators of interest, and it ended up working out. So, but we met on Tinder, right? So in the end, you have to just be good at vetting.
Yeah.
But just know you're always gonna roll the dice.
Okay.
You're always gonna roll the dice in the end.
Yeah.
The best thing is it's kind of like investing in a property. Like you make your money when you sign the deal, not when you get paid.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get the benefit of a good relationship when you pick right. Not when you just stick it out.
Even when you get married, it's still not 100%.
Yeah.
If you are a virtuous man and you do your part, and also part of being a virtuous man is not being afraid of confrontation. As a man, don't be afraid to tell your woman she's not doing something to the standard that to the extent you believe it should be done, right? And phrase that properly before I get pounced on. That something is not being done to the extent that you want it done, right? Women have no problem telling you, you don't take me out enough. You don't buy me enough gifts. You don't do X, Y, Z around the house. As a man, there are still things you should tell your woman, right? Like you have to be able to speak for yourself. Hey, look, we've been on 2 or 3 dates. You've been late every time. You guys are showing up on time. I remember one of the last few girls I dated recently. We only went on 2 dates. Amazing girl. We just different lifestyles, right? I ended up breaking it up. But she was stupid late to the first date, ridiculously late, beyond my personal rule. So when she sat down, I told her, I was like, look, like you can't be late like that, right? I started making some jokes, and I was like, oh, you look really, really good. Is that why you were late? And I let her know. I was like, if you want to go out with me, you have to be on time. And I didn't mean on time. I mean, within 15 minutes of when we said we're going to meet up. I get it. Traffic, parking, all that good stuff, right? If you're more than 15 minutes late, that's just poor time management, in my opinion.
Do you think that was a shit test on her part?
I don't know, but I know the next day she showed up on time.
Right on.
Oh man, my ex never learned how to be on time. It was one of the things that irked me the most. So it's just like, oh, I'm
accountable enough.
More than likely. Well, the thing was that it always turned into an argument. It was just like, oh, you have to give me my space and time to do stuff.
I mean, hindsight is always great, but what I keep seeing, man, even in my own experience and shit, what I keep seeing is they only vibe to leadership. Like when you're arguing,
you're just not gonna.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. It's like when you're arguing about something that just doesn't really matter, and they're just trying to get this drama or whatever. That's when you just kind of like have to put your foot down because you have to put logic into it. If it's not an emotional confrontation between you and your girl, like something that really happened, it's an emotional thing. If it's just something that's stupid and that she's just trying to air out frustration or vent, and she just wants to cause some kind of drama, that's the moment you put your foot down and you put down logic. And if she's still trying to do it, then you just walk the fuck away. Because then that'll show her that I'm not taking this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shows the leadership and the self-respect, as he said. And she has nothing to do either but leave or follow in suit.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, women. I know women. A lot of women like to say they're strong and they're independent, but that's okay. And you can be strong and independent. Just know that men don't value that, and you're gonna have a hell of a lot harder time finding a good man, because what man wants an independent woman? I mean, it's fine to be independent as far as an individual. I was just about to do that. All
right.
We want a woman who's strong and independent. We don't want a woman who's combative.
Thank you.
We want a woman who is strong and independent. We do not want a woman who is combative, argumentative, and unfriendly.
Yes.
Facts. That's done. That's all we need.
The next time you post something on the IG, don't post me talking crap about to get me flamed. Post a gem like that.
Oh, I will. I got you. I got you. That's what I'm gonna put. I got you on this one. All right. I'm not gonna flame you. I'm gonna put that on there. All right.
Damn, Dante, we're starting social media drama over here.
You know what I'm saying? I like the drama.
He's always posting stuff about me saying something super out of pocket. I'm like,
good.
I say good stuff. I swear I do.
Good. You sound like a fucking asshole.
It's a marketing scheme.
Yeah.
It's the hype that he brings his people in.
But yeah. So I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I mean, we're going a little bit too long. We're supposed to, but I'm in it with that. Red Pill just saying what he did. We definitely gonna talk about more of that. Some questions we're gonna do in the next episode if you guys are on. It's what are some of the stuff you're not supposed to be doing on a date. So that is something we could talk about next episode. But we can answer that. We can
I'm
talk
not
about the
bringing
next
heat on
episode.
that
Next episode.
I'm gonna bring the heat on now.
All right.
Next episode, guys.
All right. Peace, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Take it
Appreciate y'all
easy,
coming
y'all.
on post episode. Thank you
Peace.
guys all. And yeah, that's
Peace.
it. Yes, yes, yes. I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, y'all. So who's ever on my Twitch, I'm gonna raid my boy Wee Boogie on a raid. Appreciate y'all coming on the Twitch too. Let's go. Let us go. But yes, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.